Image Boutique is located in the Centro Comercial de los Pueblos Mall, located in Panama City, just 15 minutes away from Tocumen Airport. We specialize in hair care, wig extensions, and much more. Come visit us. Hey guys, hey V Squad. Can you guys hear me before we even start? You know, people always got to be late. Okay, before we start, let me know in the comment section. Can you guys hear me? Am I crispy? Can you see me? If you are on Instagram, make your way down onto YouTube. Okay, because we're live on YouTube. Okay, can you guys hear me? Leave it in the comment section. I want to make sure that the audio is good, the visuals is good. Let me know if you guys can hear me, if you can see me clearly. Okay, I don't want to be blurry. Okay, let me know in the comment section, please. Okay, perfect. Everyone can hear me. Okay, guys. So welcome to VGIRLTV Break Room Conversations every Friday at 12 p.m. where we go live and we talk about every and anything, current events, trending topics on your lunch break. So you don't have to no longer talk to your annoying coworker because we're going to all meet here every Friday, at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I hope you have your lunch. I hope you have your water. I got my water right here. And so we're going to get ready to dive deep. There's people that's always coming in late, so we're not going to wait for them. If you are watching this on the replay, welcome to the V Squad. And check out some of my other vlogs and videos on the channel. I don't have any announcements to make because I just really want to dive deep. Y'all, this week has been super crazy, okay? And I'm going to specifically talk about yesterday. Yesterday was absolutely insane. So today's topic, we're talking about social media and why social media is not real. And every day when I go on social media and I read some of the comments that people say, I realize, or not even the comments, just things that just go on social media, you realize that you cannot put too much emphasis in social media. Social media is the land of make-believe for most, okay? All right, so we're gonna get into that topic first, but I wanna get into this because this is like hot topics and it's like fresh because I'm still getting added right now as we speak on this topic. So yesterday, I'm gonna share the article with you guys, okay? Let me share it, share. So you guys can follow along with me. Okay, so tomfoolery. Okay, all right. So yesterday, okay. So if you don't know who DJ Khaled is, and if you don't know who Sizzla is, DJ Khaled is a DJ. He is a producer in Miami, out of Miami. He is from New York, but he has like this love for Jamaican culture, right? And I'm not even gonna tread lightly, and I'm gonna just say what I gotta say. And I know people are gonna be very angry on this, okay? But it is what it is, okay? I don't make commentary to be safe. I try to keep it real, okay? So TMZ reported, not only TMZ, but we're just gonna use TMZ, that Jamaican dancehall legend Sizzla is burning a bridge, almost literally, because he didn't get enough credit for his work on some DJ Khaled albums. The reggae vet lived up to his name Thursday as he angrily set fire to the commemorative plaque Khaled and Epic Records sent to him. The burning issue for Sizzla, for the font used to print his name and set on the plaque was way too small. So I'm going to play the video, okay, because this is on Instagram. Okay. You know we got to get ads, but whatever.
Oh, DJ Khaled, man, you insulted me, man. You insult Jamaica.
Oh, all that Khaled. Everything about.
Guys, at least he had enough respect
That's my black man. Babies are
for the baby because the baby had nothing to do with it.
Okay. Put this in my studio, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Put it in my studio.
You give me phone. Yes, sir. Thank you very
Go
much.
put that in my studio.
Thank you very much.
Selassie bless you. What? Bun that, you insult me. You're not the best, you're the worst. Or you feel like DJ Khaled, can style Sizzla. Me boss you, man. August sound boss you. Joking. More fire upon that. But now fire king and fire this. Burn the devil. Burn corruption. What you feel like? Wrong plaque you send. Me can't even see my name. And I know you send plaque come give me. For hard work. Joke you take this thing. Burn that. Burn plaque. Children are an heritage unto the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is the reward. The babies are innocent. Assad, big up yourself.
Okay, so then it goes on to say it's a pretty wild setup. Sizzla and several of his friends cursed Khaled as the devil and called that the small print disrespectful towards Jamaica as a whole. Okay, and so here is I don't even know the plaque. It says presented Sizzla to commemorate RIAA platinum certification for more than 100,000 copies of We the Best Rock Nation epic record album Father of Assad. Khaled's son Assad and Alam, I think that's how you pronounce the name, photo were spared from the inferno. Sizzla says babies are innocent and he refers to the boys as his godchildren. Not sure that will still be the case for the stunt. Fans of Sizzla's Instagram comment section maintain his reaction was overblown. He's been a valued Khaled collaborator for years. Sizzla actually appears on the first track of both Khaled's Grateful and Father of Assad album and is featured on this year's blockbuster God Did It as well. We reached out to Epic Record for comment on the Torch plaque. No word back yet. Okay. It's a lot, okay? So I went with my false self, like my mother always say, and I went on Instagram and I decided to make a comment, right? Because I was literally just confused because this is what I find, okay? And I can't even only say Jamaican culture, what I find with Caribbean people just in general, right? We love the praises. We love when people give us, they give us our props and everything like that. But when it comes to taking constructive criticism, people go off, okay? Especially people from JA, okay? And a lot of people was like, "Oh, you set yourself up for this." But honestly speaking, like I don't care. That's what I do. I comment, okay? And first of all, I was minding my business. Someone sent this to me. Okay, I didn't go looking for this. And the person is Jamaican also, by the way. And the person sent me the video. All right, so this was my comment. I'm gonna read it to you because I can't share it to you on the screen. And so I said, and this was in reference to the people in the comment section saying that and let me just say this. I don't care for DJ Khaled. I'm not a DJ Khaled fan. I don't buy Khaled albums. I'm not like, oh, I don't have any bias. I'm a realist in situations. And because I have a business, I kind of I understand the business aspect. And I think a lot of us in these countries, we don't understand how business works, okay? We think that we can conduct business the same way that we can conduct street business. Two different things. When you are in professional and you're dealing with corporate, you got to make sure that your ducks are in a row. And I would assume that when you are a big artist, you do have people that work with you, right? You have people that work with you that should be able to handle these things so there aren't any discrepancies. So I put this, I don't get it. As much as I love and respect Jamaican culture, I don't understand how y'all get mad for everything. When people don't recognize you, you call them culture vultures. And when they do, you still turn around and call them culture vultures or not respecting the culture. This isn't shade, but what exactly do you guys want? Okay. Child, they came for your girl. Okay. They came for your girl. Okay, and so the reason why I say this is because I don't know if you guys remember when I did a video addressing Buju, because Buju Banton made a comment saying that Panamanians were culture vultures as well when they started singing reggae in Espanol, reggae in Spanish, right? And so I did an interview with, I did a video with the creator or the godfather of reggae en español, who was Renato. If you haven't seen that video, I would recommend you guys watch the video. It was an amazing, amazing interview. It was full of information, especially for non-Panamanian people, i.e. Jamaicans, okay? I would wish that Jamaican people would know that they have huge, rich history in Panama. But unfortunately they don't, okay? Anyway, so Buju made a comment saying that Panamanians were culture vultures. I had an interview with Renato, and Renato said that when they were growing up, first of all, he said that we couldn't be culture vultures because Panamanians, especially Afro-Panamanians that are from the Antillians, descendants of the Antillians, these are descendants of Jamaicans, Bajan people, et cetera, we cannot be culture vultures because we are Jamaican. We are Caribbean, right? Our descendants, the reason why majority of us are even here is because our ancestors came from the Caribbean to Panama to help build a canal. And that's why we love reggae music, right? So he addressed that in the video. And so to me, I took it a little bit, I didn't want to say I took it a little bit personal, but I kind of was just like, okay, well, what exactly do you want? Because all right, I grew up in Brooklyn, guys, and we all know the story about DJ Khaled. If you don't know, I'll break it down really quickly, okay? I don't have timelines, so please, whoever's watching this on the replay, you know, some of you guys be going extra hard, right? Khaled, Sizzla, and a couple of other guys, Buju, they all came up in that era, right? Before Khaled was who he was actually a DJ in Brooklyn. And these guys were on an up and up, and they gave him dub plates or whatever and helped him pop off his career, right? So because of that, he popped off his career. DJ Khaled went to Miami. This is just a brief history. He had a set. He was playing reggae and stuff like that. That was his segment. And he really loves the culture. I honestly really think that he loves the culture, although other people says otherwise. Opinion is objective. That's just my opinion, okay? And so that's how he ended up doing big thing. I don't care about the World Cup. I don't care about the World Cup. Goodbye. I'm about to block you, okay? Anyway, so that's how he got his step into the field. But Khaled took what he learned and he took it to a whole nother level, right? And it's crazy how people could give you the foundation, they give you the keys, and you take the keys and you run with it. He never turned his back on them. Like, and that's my thing, like, he could have literally just been like, you know what, I made it to this part, you know what, F it. And everybody knows, okay, every artist has a shelf life, okay? Every artist has a shelf life. Everything has a shelf life. Today you could be hot. Tomorrow or a couple of years from now, you're no longer hot. You could be doing shows at Madison Square Garden, and then all of a sudden you're doing shows in strip clubs, okay? Literally. Because there are artists that are now performing wherever they can get, and they're not performing the big stadiums anymore. So, and that's a fact, right? Honestly speaking, yes, these are legends. They have amazing artistry, but people aren't really checking for these people like they used to back in the day. Okay, let's be very honest. If you think I'm lying or if you don't agree, leave it in the comment section. If you don't agree with what I said, it's okay. Oh my goodness. If you don't agree with what I'm saying, it's okay. Leave it in the comment section. But in my opinion, people are not really checking for these artists. They're not booking like how they used to. And a lot of these artists don't even have visas. So they can't travel outside of JA to come to the States to perform. So money is definitely dried up, you know? Khalid could had easily been like, you know what? Peace out. Okay. I'm not gonna look back on you guys. I'ma just do me. I'm already a multimillionaire. I'm already doing me. I've produced numerous records that went platinum. I don't need you guys, but he did not do that. And I think that we get so emotional and caught up in emotions that we don't pay attention to facts. Anyway, so everyone, you know, there people had mixed opinions. Some people were saying like, yeah, you know, he was upset because of the plaque. Now I'm watching the replay of the video, and clearly it states here that he is upset because his name was too small. So at first, I didn't even really know. I didn't realize that that was the real reason why he was upset. I assumed because of, you know, like the video. And then people were in the comment section said, "Oh, you're stupid. You're stupid if you think that he's upset because I don't watch soccer, y'all. You're stupid if you're upset, if you believe that he was upset because of a plaque." I think what is crazy to me is that artists have been collaborating with Jamaican artists, reggae artists have been collaborating with hip hop artists since the 90s. He does, okay? Secretly, I think he has a crush on me. Anyway, um, so one girl, well, there was a lot. It was a lotness that was going on. People really think that you can go and request a special plaque. Like the plaques literally come from the record label. Khaled literally and I'm not even defending him. I'm just really just speaking what the fact is. Khaled has no reverence over the design of the plaques. Now imagine if the record label had to make plaques for every single person, different plaques, personalized plaques with pictures of every single person that was on the album. Like that is crazy. And the fact that people are justifying this in the comment section and people are really saying, yeah, you know, he's right. He's right. What? Oh, that he was right to burn it. Do you realize how much of a disadvantage that you are doing for Jamaica? You got people saying, "Oh, that SZA don't need Jamaica. SZA made Khaled." We're in 2022. What happened in 1990 is no longer relevant to what's happening right now. Yes, we all know that he put Sizzla on, but now Khaled is in a position to be able to put other people on and open up doors for other people. You have people saying, "What doors? We Jamaican, we don't need no doors." And this is the ignorance that I'm talking about. Everybody needs somebody. Everyone needs someone. There is no way that one particular country or one particular person can literally do it by themselves. No one in no industry. So for people to be saying such ignorance and saying that, oh, that SZA don't need nobody, he don't need Khaled, to me personally, it goes hand in hand. They both need each other. Then you have people arguing about whether Bob Marley was a better artist than Michael Jackson. To me, they're two different genres of music, and you really cannot compare the two. But go off, it's objective, okay? You can't tell me that that's a fact. It's an opinion, and that's the objective opinion. I'm not even going to respond to that comment. It's objective. So let me know what you guys think Let me see what she said. Haha, they was acting like Sizzla is their dad and they're discussing a situation in the living room. No, seriously, the way they were going off, and of course I have to comment because I need to come back and give you guys the tea. Okay, I have to have commentary. So I had time yesterday. Yesterday was Mother's Day in Panama and I didn't have nothing to do. So I had time to comment, and I'm going back and forth with certain people. Some people got it. And they're like, oh, no, they're culture vultures. He's a culture vulture. He's this and he's that. What about the people that are from like Nebraska, okay, white America, that's winning best album of the year, best reggae album of the year? What about those people? What about those people? I don't see Jamaican artists and reggae artists getting the just dues that they deserve. That is where the energy should lie. Okay? Support the artist. The fact of the matter is, small islands do not buy albums, and a small country like Jamaica, Panama, wherever, cannot sustain the album selling power to make an album go platinum. That is why artists, okay, for the young lady who told me that I was stupid, okay, and nobody cares about the American market, you actually do, okay? The American market is where everybody wants to be. Sadly, this is the fact, because once you get on the American market, this is where you will get paid. That is why artists like Drake from Canada came to the US, why artists from Britain, because Sis was from London, okay? Where's Steph London? Huh? The US. Okay? The US. Tory Lanez from Canada. Where is he? The US. So let's keep it 100, guys. We cannot speak off of emotions but facts. I have asked every Jamaican person that has publicly tried to come for me and then go in my DMs and try to reason with me in my DMs. Okay, what is the reason? Why do you think that Khalid is a culture vulture? And not one person can give me a real reason, a factual reason why Khalid is a culture vulture. Some people say, no, he disrespects him. Look how small his name is on the plaque. The man don't got nothing to do with that. The man don't got nothing to do with that. You got to take that up with the record label. And if you knew business, you would know that this is standard business. I missed it, Jackie. Yes, they do what? Oh, yeah, they was acting like he was the father. And then you got the ones that's talking about BITCH, because that's what they called me. Okay, but I took it for the team. I didn't get offense to that. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You need to go listen to Sizzla to see what he's talking about. If you are a Rasta, okay, and you are arguing, if this is allegedly what the argument is and why the plaque was burned, okay, and it's because your name is too small, ego and Rasta, ego and humbleism don't go together. It does not go together. So for you to be commenting and saying, oh, yes, he's humble. You don't know nothing about Sizzla. Go listen to his music. Sizzla also doesn't want you with 24-inch Brazilian wigs with baby hairs either. Okay? He also doesn't agree with you bleaching your skin. A hit dog will howl. So, with that being said, I honestly hope and pray that that is not the reason why, even though that's what he said, the reason why he was upset is, or why he felt disrespected, was because his name was too small on the plaque, because literally that is standard business. And I feel like ignorance gets in the way of a lot of us from moving forward. The humble don't stumble, baby. The humble do not stumble. Learning basic business practices, and this is why it's important that we as Black people as one, because it's not a Jamaican thing, a Panamanian thing, a Trinidadian thing, whatever, African thing. We as Black people, when it comes to business, we have to know how business works. so that when situations arises where we are not too happy, we know how to conduct business. Because at the end of the day, we the public should not have known that what was transpiring. It was too much. They're supposed to be good friends. They are supposed, as he said, that that's his godchildren. He should have called up Khalid and had that conversation with him privately, not do something like this, because I doubt that any international artist is going to be willing to work with him any longer, or he may be an example for every other artist who don't have nothing to do with it and who may not have an issue with the plaque. People might not want to work anymore with these artists because of acts like this. And some of you guys will say, well, we don't need them. We don't need Khalid. Guys, it's business at the end of the day. But let's read the comments. In the meantime, Capleton happy with his recognition, posting pictures everywhere, and Khalid somewhere in the Middle East dancing and some Did you see that? You know, I had to be nosy because I was like, all right, let me go see what Khalid is doing. Khalid is literally living his life while all of y'all is in uproar about his name being small. Let's see. Alexis says, sorry, but it felt fake to me. Bad press self. So you think that this was a publicity stunt on Sizzla's behalf? That's actually a pretty interesting take behind it. What Alexis S says that for the people that's listening on Instagram, and you guys are not on YouTube, one of the commentators says that they felt that it was fake because bad press sells. Do you guys honestly feel, let me know in the comment section if you feel that it was fake and this was staged. But he's a Rasta. So I can't see this being fake if he's a Rasta and he's a virtuous man and calling Khalid the devil and doing this for press. I can't see that. On the label's behalf, I'm gonna need you to get a little bit deep in that. So are you saying that the label put Sizzla up to burning the plaque, or I don't know. I need you to explain that because I don't really get it. So anyway, so let me know in the comment section, do you agree with what Sizzla did? Do you think that this would be negative for Jamaica? Do you think that international artists, well, American artists will no longer want to work with Jamaican artists? And if Jamaica will be affected by this as a whole, or this is just an individual issue? Most of the liquor store says, if you want your name big, make your own album. You just collaborate. Exactly. Alexis S says, it was definitely crafted drama. Check his views after. I don't know if this was crafted. I do respect your opinion, and I kind of see where you're coming from, but I don't know. I honestly really don't know if this was crafted. I don't think it was. I felt like, well, who knows? Maybe it was, because the internet is not real. And sometimes what we see on the internet is not real, which is why we're even having this discussion today, right? So it could be. It could be. It definitely could be. But I want to know, guys, do you think that this is going to affect collaborations in the future? And then another thing, Sharon Bain says, sounds like an individual problem, not a Jamaican problem. I will hope so, because I feel like there's so much talent that comes out of Jamaica. And a lot of differences, because American culture and Caribbean culture is so different that a lot of times we kind of get like, what's the word I want to say? A lot of miscommunication. Things get misconstrued because of cultural differences, okay? People be like, oh, well, you shouldn't be talking because you're not Jamaican. Ignorance. Because I'm not Jamaican, I can't comment on a public situation. Ignorance. Motor Liquor Store says, I mean, I like Sizzla, but he took it to a next level. Sizzla promotes love and education and in the same time promoting killing homosexuals. Good take. Good take. And I want to say this is all objective. Everyone is entitled to their own opinions, okay? Because I know once I post this clip, we're going to have everybody from JA come in, flocking on and calling me ugly, stupid, bitch, and telling me to go suck my, because that's what I've been getting all the day yesterday. I mean, it didn't bother me one bit. Okay, it didn't bother me one bit because it comes with the territory. But I'm quite sure that is what's going to happen after I post this on social media. Okay. All right. So honestly, I don't think that this is something that he can come back from after this. Like, I don't think that record labels are even going to, even if him and Khalid are able to make amends, I don't think the record label itself, they're going to want to take that chance with him again. And people need to understand that Khalid is not the big machine. Artists don't control nothing, okay? It's the record labels, it's the record executives, it's the people behind the scenes that really control everything. You guys love listening to Kanye West, and I think Kanye West already exposed a little bit of that already. So for people saying, oh, well, he could have made another plaque, or he could have done, or Khalid is fake because the last time he put his name small and all the other artists, his name was big. The man don't got nothing to do with that. You guys need to go take it up with Roc Nation. Go take it up with the record label. And I don't even care for Khalid. This is the thing. But I'm the type of person that I'm a very fact-based person, okay? I don't like to make judgments based on emotions unless it has to do with kids, okay? We don't mess with kids. But like I said, every time I ask someone what exactly did let me go into my DMs, because for me to tell you and for you to see it, it's two different things. I'm not going to share the user's name that messaged me, but yeah, he publicly tried to come for me. Oh, and they also told me, oh, I need to go make Jamaican friends. And I'm just like, huh? Oh, you've never been to Jamaica. You don't know. And I'm like, okay, I've been to Jamaica numerous times. Well, living in Jamaica and visiting as a tourist and living in Jamaica is two things. As if Panama doesn't have their own their own issues. Okay, I talk about all issues. I talk about issues with Haiti, Dominican Republic, Panama, wherever it's a Black issue, I'm going to talk about it. And this is definitely a Black issue. It has nothing to do with whether or not you're from Jamaica or you're not from Jamaica. This is a public issue, and I feel like I have all rights, and everyone has all rights on Instagram to comment on it. Okay. A lot of people from JA got offended and was like, oh, well, you don't have the right to talk because you're not Jamaican. Like, what? And this be the ignorance that I'm talking about. Okay. And then saying things, and I have a friend, like I love her dearly. She also is from Jamaica too. And I had to literally like explain to her, do you not realize that when you say you want the respect and you want people to recognize that the talent that come out of Jamaica, you got to be humble. No one's saying that you got to kiss. Well, technically you do have to get to ass. Okay. But just know when to pick your battles, okay? I'm not saying you have to kiss booty, but just know when to pick your battle. And that's in business. My mom always say, you have to slowly take your hands out the lion's mouth, okay? And I don't know if anyone knows what that means, but it means that when your hand is in a lion's mouth, you can't just yank it out like that. You have to slowly take it out. So if you have to play politics, you got to play politics. And the music industry is all politics, honestly speaking. And I feel like, again, I said it already, Jamaica has amazing talent and so much people coming out of Jamaica. A lot of these artists don't even have visas to even leave. And he's the only artist that is on, Khalid I'm talking about, that is on this huge platform, that has this huge platform, that is traveling back to Jamaica to make music with these artists. And so a lot of people are like, oh, because reggae music is the new wave. Reggae music is the new wave. People been collaborating with reggae artists. Patra, Yo-Yo, Shaba, all these people collaborated. This is not nothing new, people. And if you're telling me that this is the new wave, that clearly means that you are a youngin' and you don't even know much. Okay? And then you have people saying like, oh, well, they don't give Jamaican artists respect. But let's be honest, people. When they sample, because they get, okay, so I think Sean Paul had said something in regards to people not knowing who Sean Paul is. They think that Sean Paul is hip hop and et cetera, et cetera. And I really had to ask this question, and this was no shade, right? What happens when a Jamaican artist samples rock music or country music or R&B music? We all know that some of the greatest reggae hits from rock lovers were samples from American artists, which is why a lot of these songs could not get the clearance. So this is why it's important to know business. I didn't even know that Old Donna, Old Donna, Old Donna. I didn't even know Old Donna was a rock song until recently in my big old age. I just realized that Old Donna was not a reggae song. It was a sample of rock music. And when you bring things like this up, people really get upset when you basically ask questions. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. You cannot complain about one thing and then you're doing the same exact thing. Because when the reggae artists are singing rock music and turn it into a Jamaican song, they're not saying or giving credit to the original writers or the original artists from the song. Hey, you told me I can't comment on North American issues because I don't live there. No. What I said was, and I'm going to be very clear, and I'm glad you said this. What I said was, when you live in America and you experience a certain type of racism, and you don't live in America and you have not experienced that type of racism, it's very hard to make it's very hard for you to criticize or make assumptions if you never lived it. I think talking about music, that's universal. That's experience. I mean, living someplace is experience. So that's what I was referring to, Christy. You know, I'm always have a comeback. Girl, you could have Jamaican parents and spend every single summer of your life there, and they'll say you know nothing about Jamaica and be surprised you know what curry-goat is. Yes. Last is Tony Braxton, but Last is I wasn't actually a Jamaican artist. Last is Burna Boy, and he's African, and it was Afrobeat, and he definitely did give credit to Tony Braxton. We're specifically talking about Jamaican artists who remake American songs and do not give credit to American artists, but assume because one person says, well, the music comes from North America or from the States, then you should already know. No, because I don't listen to rock music. So for someone who does not listen to rock music, they would have no idea that this song was actually a remake. I don't listen to rock music, so I had no clue. And Burna Boy actually got cleared, okay, to make that song. Oh my God, I didn't even realize so much people were in here. Sorry. Oh wow. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why, but on Instagram, it's not like scrolling by itself. But yes. Oh yeah, just saying artists remake. Absolutely. Okay, so I went in, let me go into my comments because one of the person messaged me in my DMs yesterday. A couple of people messaged me yesterday about my comments on Sizzla's page, and why can't I find it? I think I'm gonna have to go into my phone. Oh, wait, here we go. Or did he delete it? Wow, He must have knew. He must have knew that I was. Oh no, here he is. All right, so I think a lot of people from Jamaica feel like Jamaica is Jamaica and no one else experienced the things that they experience, which to me is crazy. And I'm not saying everybody, because there are people that know that we are one, we are Black people, so we experience the same. So I'm not saying that. All right, so I had a conversation with someone who got into my DMs because he tried to embarrass me publicly and then slid in my DMs privately, um, which was okay. And I always says, so he asked me, all right, because I really wanted to know what was the real issue that a lot of these Jamaicans have with Khalid, right? So he says to me, who is DJ Khaled to you? Who you see him as? I said, I don't give a F about him. That's what you're not going to get. I do not care. But I honestly feel like he has genuine love for all them guys. He says, no, he is selfish. I said, okay, why do you feel that he is selfish? All right. Always hear my father say, not to give a man a fish, it will only feed him for a day, but teach him how to fish and it possibly can feed him for a lifetime. Now, on the last album they did with Khaled, go check the names on the song and you tell me what you see. Every artist's name is bold on their plaque except for the reggae artist. I said, okay, so this is why he's selfish, because, I wanted to get clarity. I want to get clarity because I don't want it to be like, okay, anyone saying that I'm biased. He says, they are all selfish, demonic, but it's our fault because most of us love sweets. I don't know about them still, but I love righteousness and positivity. That's what I stand for. With overseas stars, artists, allegedly deep in some devil BS. You are aware of what Ye is doing. I said, okay, but I'm asking you for an example of something that Khaled did that was selfish. You are aware of what Ye's doing, because he still didn't answer the question. I said, exposing people, and clearly stated that artists don't control anything. The higher ups do. So with that being said, how does Khaled correlate with this? I gave you the definition of the fish. Khaled is not righteous, even though he said God did, which God. With all the money and fame Khaled has, you think he's righteous? We Jamaicans never forget they killed Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, Garrett Silk, and many more. They banned Sizzla and many more from traveling because he publicly against homosexuality. What Khaled of all do with it? My opinion, he's an agent that they know that there's no music in the world that sells like reggae music. Bob Marley is bigger than Michael Jackson worldwide. I said, Bob Marley is bigger than Michael Jackson. That's objective. And then I said, okay, so this is all based off emotions, not facts. Okay, gotcha. And then goes on to telling me about tourism and visiting Jamaica is different. And that, again, no one can really give me a real good reason why they hate this man so much. Not one good reason why they hate this man so much and why he is a culture vulture. Actually, most of the money that's from his song going to Tony Braxton, he always mentions it. She's referring to, what's his name? Burna Boy. Actually, they in those records because they not from the new wave. So if somebody could leave in the comment section and let me know what really is the issue with Khaled, why do you guys feel that he's a culture vulture? Please leave it in the comment section because I am confused. I have no idea. I still don't understand what the beef is. So, all right, moving on, because we only have like 10 minutes left. I did not expect for this whole conversation to be about Sizzla and Khaled, okay? Moving on, Brittney Griner, all right? Let me share this article with you from the BBC, okay? Here we go. Brittney Griner lands in the U.S. after prisoner swap with Russia, okay? Did I say Russia? Russia. Okay, so 10 months after she left the USA to play basketball in Russia, WNBA star Brittney Griner, has landed in her home state of Texas. Griner was jailed for carrying cannabis oil at Moscow airport in February and was exchanged from Russian arms dealer VGIRL on Thursday. She was flown into San Antonio where she received medical care. The White House, John Kirby, told MSNBC on Friday that Griner is in good spirits and in good health. Okay, so just to go, he's not black, but he also is not Spanish. DJ Khalid is Arabic or something like that. All right, so, oh wow, let me close this out. So Brittney Griner, okay? And let me tell you why social media is fake and a whole bunch of hypocrites and people just talk because God gave them a moat, okay? Let me scroll. Let me just put her picture over here so that you guys can see. Okay. This young woman was jailed. Everybody was in uproar. People were on social media saying free Brittney, just going off saying Biden wasn't doing anything for the country. He was no good. He needs to get out. Blah, 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 blah. So Biden was real quiet, and I'm not defending anyone, okay, because I don't even really care about politics, okay, but it is what it is. I just have to report on this. And Biden was real quiet while everybody was criticizing, as usual, the same way y'all was criticizing and talking about the student loan situation. He ain't say nothing while y'all was going on, and then boom, he had the whole plan. Unfortunately, it was blocked by Republicans, but it's okay. But that's not the point that I'm trying to make. So everybody was going on talking about free Brittney, Biden wasn't doing anything, and then boom, all of a sudden, homegirl is free. They had to obviously negotiate, prisoner swap, whatever. Specifically, he stated that, I forgot who he was, some representative that was talking was saying that Russia was not willing to negotiate. It was literally it was either him or no one at all. They weren't ready. They weren't willing to give up the other person. I forgot what his name is. If you know his name, leave it in the comment section. I don't remember. The other one that is jailed, the other military American that's in jail in Russia right now, innocently, allegedly, they weren't able to swap. Now, everyone is online criticizing the Biden administration, saying that it was a stupid move and that how they should have never done this, blah, blah, blah. But a week ago, y'all was on social media screaming that he wasn't doing anything and they needed to free her, okay? You guys were not concerned about the other prisoner that was in jail, okay? You guys only were concerned, and this is literally from our community that is getting the most smoke, okay? You have other hateful groups saying that they should have left the, explicit in jail. But mostly people are criticizing and saying that that was a dumb move. So would you guys have rather her just stayed in jail? Especially from the community that is always talking about how we are overlooked and how no one pays attention to her. This Black woman was freed. Now, if they would have been like, they would have left her in here and then left the Caucasian guy in there, then you guys would have had another narrative to say, y'all would have been like, oh, that's racist. They only let him out because he was XYZ. Get it together. And this is why I always say, who cares what people on social media has to think? What they have to say, what they think, it don't matter. Okay, because if you're doing good, they're still going to talk about you. If you're doing bad, they're going to talk about you. It's human nature. No matter what you do in life. And this is a prime example of whatever you do, people always going to have something to say. People are always going to have something to say. Mr. Craig Mills says, first of all, the administration had no other option. Per Putin, this is the deal or no deal. Now people are talking about the Marine. He was dishonorably discharged. He was not a Marine after that. Star Alexander said, I think people think that because Bout deals armed around the world, not just Russia, he also has provided arms for terrorists, Taliban, not just firearms, his tanks and planes. We get it. And I'm not saying that people don't have the right to their opinion. What I'm saying is that they didn't have another option. They had literally had no other option. Then she would have just been in jail. And then everybody would have been criticizing and saying that the administration wasn't doing what they were supposed to do. It wasn't an even trade. Obviously, it wasn't an even trade, but people have to do what they have to do. This woman was literally deteriorating in prison. This Black woman was deteriorating in prison. As far as the other guy is concerned, I don't think that he's going to be, I'm not going to talk about him right now. Maybe we'll talk about it in another episode. Mr. Craig Hill says he was court-martialed. He tried to steal $10,000 while in the Marines. Don't matter about his arming dealing, really. Iran is shipping arms directly. The thing is that if we want to get, I'm so neglecting the people here on my Instagram. I'm so sorry, guys. Exactly. They don't know what they want. Talk about confused. Exactly. No matter what you do, you can't please people. Shaking my head. You can't. You literally cannot please people. Because no matter, I'm going to give you an example, and this really has nothing to do with me per se. I mean, not me per se, with this particular article. And I'm going to just say this, and then we'll go back to this. My son is 12 years old, and then I got pregnant 12 years later. And people were criticizing me, telling me, well, why would you wait 12 years to have a child? That don't make no sense. Why would you do that to yourself? That don't make no sense. And in my mind, I was just like, it's not your life. You don't have nothing to do with it. It is what it is, right? It's my child. I'm going to live my life how I live my child. I'm not asking you for help. So it really didn't matter. I have a friend who's pregnant. She just had a baby a year and a half ago, and she's pregnant again. And people are saying, my God, you having another baby so soon? Why didn't you wait? The point is that no matter what you do, people are still going to talk. People are always going to talk. People are always going to have something to say. So it does not matter. Do you? Social media is not real. It doesn't matter. I feel like everybody should just do you. The people in the back, the noise that's happening in the background, it doesn't matter. Because that's what all it is. If you have a goal in life and you are focused on your goal, don't worry about what other people are doing. Don't worry about what other people are saying. Keep focused. Keep doing you, because there's always going to be chitter chatter. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Mr. Craig Mills says, and she was also a political pawn. Exactly. The charge for contraband in Russia is only 3 years and 5 days for smuggling. The Russians only gave her 9 years to get the ball rolling. And I want to say this, okay? And this literally and I think people forget this fact. And I think this is a valuable lesson for all American people, okay? Because American people, and this is for people who say I don't be talking about American people. American people have this thing where they feel like they can go to other countries and do as they please. The laws in America are the laws in America. The laws in other countries are the laws in other countries. Literally, before we go visit any country, we need to learn the laws and what we can and can't do so we don't end up in crazy situations. And I'm going to give you a prime example. Okay? Well, let me get to this comment. Actually, on social media was mostly the gay community, not really all of us, especially when you committed the crime. No, there were other people, the Black community too, that was in outrage and had a lot to say. But this is what I want to say. I know someone so you guys know that smoking marijuana is legal in certain states in the United States. This person was traveling from Jamaica and they traveled to Colombia. From Colombia, they stopped in Panama, right? And they had marijuana in their bag. Marijuana is illegal in Panama, okay? Illegal in Panama. So they had to do a stop in Panama, and they had the marijuana in their bag. Okay. When they go through the airport, so like when you're going through the states, when you're leaving from Panama to go to the states, you have to do 2 checks. So you do the regular check, in like when you go through TSA, and then when you get to the gate, you have to do another check. So he already obviously came from Colombia, and he was already in the airport. But for you to go to your gate when you're going to the state, when you leave in Panama, you have to do another check. So he goes through the check, and he has marijuana in his suitcase. He has the marijuana in his suitcase, and this is a real story, y'all. Okay? This is a real story. I'm not even lying to you. This has really happened. So obviously, when you go through the scanner, it detected something. He turns around, and this person is also from J also, right? And I'm putting this in there because of, you know what, I'm not even gonna say it. Whatever. So he goes through they tell him, he goes through, they're looking through his bag. He takes out the bag of marijuana and says, "Oh, you looking for this?" And shows them the marijuana. So when he shows them the marijuana, they arrest him. They take him to the back. He gets arrested. He gets charged with trafficking marijuana. Okay. Granted, the amount that he had was not a lot. He didn't have a lot. I can't remember exactly how much ounces it was, but it wasn't a lot. But again, it is illegal in Panama. So he goes to jail. He goes to jail. Everyone is just like, oh, well, he thought that he was going to pay a fine and he was going to leave because that's how it is in the States. And this is classic American mindset. In America, America is America. Countries are countries. Every country has their rules and regulations. They have their laws that we have to abide by. We cannot assume that just because you are an American, that you can go to other people's countries and do as you please. It doesn't work like that. And then when you get charged for the crime, and the crime is not the penalty, you feel that is not just because in America it's something different. You can't do that. Guys, you have to be educated when you are traveling to other countries and you're doing certain things, because you will find yourself in jail. Okay? So anyway, so this guy was in jail. He was in jail for 6 months, and he happened to be in jail. Long story short, there was a connection between me and this guy. My family, my mom helped him out. He ended up getting out of jail in 6 months. But the embassy didn't even give a rat's, because the American embassy was just like, yeah, we don't got nothing to do with that. So if you think that you're going to go to another country and do certain things and the U.S. embassy is going to come and save you, you got to think again, because they're not. They are not. So if we are traveling to other countries, people, please get familiar with the laws. Dubai, don't play with people. And a lot of people go to Dubai doing certain things, and you don't realize that in Dubai, they don't play. So even if there's certain countries that if you steal something, even if it's a loaf of bread, they will chop off your finger. And it don't matter where you come from. So it is super important that we get educated when we're traveling to other countries, not only American people. If you're from wherever, when you're traveling to other countries, make sure you know the laws. There's some places where even if you are a woman, you are not allowed to do certain things and will be jailed. Something simple. The liberal rights that you have in the States are not for everywhere in the world. People. When you go to another country, you got to obey their laws. A lot of Americans don't get that. They don't. You have Jada Waiter from Atlanta, where owning guns and having guns is legal. She went to Jamaica with a gun, tried to leave Jamaica with a gun, got arrested for gun possession. Even though her gun was legally registered and allowed in the state of Georgia, in Jamaica, it's something else. So guys, I need you guys to know that. Most liquor stores say, yes, she should stay in jail, in my opinion. Do you travel to other countries without checking what they are about? You know, it's crazy. I don't wish jail on my worst enemy. Okay, I don't want to go to jail. I don't want no one of my loved ones to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, well, she should have stayed in jail. What's for her? What's for her? She got out. I'm happy for her. But let that be a lesson. Alexis S says illegal to transport medical across state lines in the U.S. and yes, they will lock you up. Panama medical marijuana. Okay, so first of all, in this person's case, and I'm gonna be very, very honest with you, the person had to get a letter and all this stuff proving that your marijuana is for medical purposes is not as easy as you guys think. It's not as easy as you guys think. This is not America. Things do not go as fast as things would go in America. So it's super important that you guys are knowledgeable about that as well. Mr. Craig Mill says Thailand don't play either. And I think Thailand has a new law that they just, I forgot what it was, but they just came out with a new law. Basically, this is the law. So if you are a married man or married woman and you go to Thailand and you fly out your side chick and they find out that your side chick or your side dude is not your husband or your wife, you will be jailed. So to many of us, we're like, oh my God, it's not even that serious. But you got to understand that people's customs beliefs, religious beliefs are different. Not every country is going to be free as the United States where everybody does as they please. Okay? So yeah. Merta says, Alexis, I don't believe this is a law yet. So yeah, I think people really need to get educated on the law. Oh, Bali. Thank you for the correction, Mr. Craig. It's Bali, not Thailand. Thank you for the correction. Sorry, guys. Yes, it's Bali, not Thailand. Oh my God. Oh God, guys. It's an hour and 5 minutes. We done went over time. Oh my God, guys. Thank you always. You know, next week, we're back again with another break room conversation with VGIRLTV. Next week, Tuesday, okay, for my B Squad members that are always tuned in, we are actually going live with my son, my 12-year-old son, who will soon to be 13. He will be discussing what it's like living in Panama as a preteen now, how different it is for him, because my son is American, living in America, well, not living in America, born American, growing up in Panama, visiting American with a Jamaican father and a Panamanian mother. If you guys have kids, you guys can have your kids tune in because he will be answering all you guys' questions, okay? I'm sweating right now. Oh my God, the lights got me sweating. He'll be answering all you guys' questions. So that's going to be Tuesday coming up at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then next week, Friday, you know, we have our break room conversations per usual. You know, we got to see what the topic is for next week because there's always something going on these internet streets. So he was in jail for 6 months because it's a whole backstory behind it. But yeah. Thank you, Star Alexander. So yeah, so we're back next week, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in to this conversation. We're going to be back next week as usual. Set up your post notifications so whenever we go live, you don't miss an update. I'm definitely, what's the word I'm going to make? My vlogs have been going up so you guys can check out the vlogs. I haven't vlogged in 2 days because I had no babysitters to do no work, but don't worry. I'll probably drop 2 vlogs today and 2 vlogs tomorrow so that you guys can keep up with my Vlogmas videos. So that's actually going to be going up. Thanks for making my lunchtime so interesting while I eat. No, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Yes, guys, have an amazing weekend. Make sure you have on your post notification. Make sure you sign up for my updates at www.VGIRLTV.com and all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in my next vlog, and I'll also see you guys next week. So thank you for tuning in. Peace and love. Yeah, we weren't supposed to do that. Okay, let's try it again. Thank you guys for tuning in, and as usual, peace and love.